there folks, it's Kikoskia here, and welcome back to Let's Play Betrayal at Krondor. And when last we left off, we managed to fill in that order for Lord Lyton. 6 suits of kingdom armor in good condition. What's more, we managed to sell all the other stuff that we found lying around at Malek's Cross, so our inventories are relatively empty. I say relatively empty because Owen. Oh, Owen, you can practically carry nothing. But I'd rather you have all these restoratives and potions lying around, just in case we need them. We only can repair 2 more crossbows before we run out of Aventurine. I'm going to have to make a note of that. We need to head towards Lyton. And when we get to Lyton, we need to deviate to the west so that we can make our way towards Sethanon. I imagine we could fight our way through to Sethanon, but I'm not sure we want to right now. It's probably a very bad idea. Right, we're getting relatively close. Also, there's this little side road here that leads to this area that we've already found the problems with, so we're not going to deal with that again. Oh no! That is death. Also, there is the armor in here. Could get it, but it's probably not worth selling right now. I know, who am I and what have I done with Kiko? Also, there's a sword here. I'm just going to leave the sword there too, because realistically, we're not going to use it. And we'd rather get different stuff. Right. Are the people that were here gone? Okay, we're actually not at Lyton yet. We're very close to Lyton, though. Are the people that were here guarding the road? Okay, what's down there? I'm actually curious. What is down here? Anything? Or is it just a little... This is just a road that leads nowhere. Okay, road that leads nowhere. Sometimes little avenues are nothing but a short diversion into serene, calm countryside. Okay, No more Kagian pirates there anymore. Right, so we're going to head this way. And we're going to have a look around. Okay, there's, You know, we could pick this back up. We should pick this back up, really. Let's pick that back up, and let's look around. Okay, I see things there. Anything over here? No, nothing super amazing. We can always just rest and look around whenever we need to. Let's just rest. I'm sure there'll be a tavern somewhere along the road. Okay, there's a farm there. Go check that out in a little bit, because we... Hi! Oh, there's just a ruby in here! I mean, that's a pretty nice prize. I'm not going to say no to a ruby. Neat. Free stuff. I wonder why that's there, but I'm not going to complain. Alright, what's nearby? We haven't found any encounters for quite a while. And I'm a little curious about that. Oh, there's a house. Nothing here. Anything here? No. Ooh, a couple of houses, actually. Let's have a look here. James knocked on the door. After several seconds, a large man greeted them, introducing himself as Herschel. He invited them inside and offered them some food and cold ale. They discovered while eating that Herschel's house was an old relay station, and he regaled them with stories about it until they were finished with their meals and ready to leave. Interesting. Ooh, a store. The door was locked. James was about to leave when he noticed a small sign hanging from a rusty nail in the door. The sign read, "Nia's shop, closed for now." "That's a strange thing to put on a sign," said James with a puzzled look. "That is strange." Also, big building, probably a tavern. James pushed the door open. Place is abandoned. Ooh, red weed brew. And a tiny bit of money. Not gonna say no to more red weed brew. If my hunch is correct about this place being a tavern, we're gonna get our haggling, we're gonna get our barding on. Let's get barding here and barding there. You two really need to catch up with Owen. Then again, you might never be able to. James sniffed. Yep, this is a tavern. Six-Toe Tavern. Within, the accommodations were humble. Several splintering tables had been jammed into a common room and arranged to accommodate perhaps 25 men, 30 if hunger pressed them. Greasy stains covered benches and walls, evidence of wild days past. Let's bard! Owen played. His fingers slid easily over the lute's fingerboard as he moved between chords of This Kingdom Mine, the notes filling him up, as well as guiding him forward. Quietly, he began to sing the refrain. This kingdom mine, with my blood I've paid, to guard against all who oppose her. And that is, 52 sovereigns. Okay, we have barmaid, person, talk, and talk. Well, let's talk. The gambler shook his head. I'm afraid I've come to the end of my funds, he said. Perhaps when I recoup my losses, we can play again. James nodded. But we never played. What? We've never played. I've never seen you before in my life. Well, good day. Let's talk to you. James motioned to the figure across the room. The woman made her way across the wooden floor until she was standing before them. Hello there. May I buy? I can't open up the shop. I don't care how much you have to offer or who you are. I can't go in there again. I was offering, miss, to buy you a drink. Oh, sorry. I was thinking you were stopping in to buy something from my goods store across the road. Since my father's death, I've had the run of both these two places, the tavern here and the goods store across the way. You know, I've had folks in here 4 a week by last count, all offering money for a sword made by a hermit up north. Fool that I am. I sent the word out, but that was way before things started happening in my store. I've since closed up things for a bit. Closed your store? Why? What sort of things were going on in there? You'll think I'm foolish. I think I'm foolish. Tell me and I'll listen. If I laugh once, even once, you may upend a cask of ale over my head. You'll pay for the cask if I do. All right then, I'll tell you. In the past few weeks, I've seen a man prowling about in my shop. That's easy enough. Between companions and myself, we can get rid of your prowler by dinner time tomorrow. Can you now? You run through ghosts as easy as that? Poleaxe poltergeists in your spare time? Ghosts? This prowler of yours is a ghost? Told you wouldn't believe me. I'll put it to you, though. If you can find a way to put the ghost in my shop to rest, then I'll reopen my shop and give you the gallon grief maker that I bought from the hermit. Simple as that. That offer is nearly as attractive as the woman delivering it. Thank you, fair lady. Alright, so we have a quest, as it were. Also, generic dialogue is generic. Barding went up. Okay. We have a quest. I wonder what that's all about. The haunting, as it were. So something's happening nearby. Right, we need to keep heading this way for a bit. Because we're relatively close to Sethanon, actually. Relatively close. But there could be some other stuff that we can find about. Like a box or two. Probably not, though. Anything? No? Doesn't seem like it. Also, there's this windy road over here that's leading somewhere. Also, there's a farm there. Okay. There's a farm here. Also, it's getting dark. We should probably, yeah. Let's have a look around. James spotted a man in a field. Bent over, he appeared to be a farmer of some stripe, though his work seemed to become more industrious as they grew closer to him. Undoubtedly, he had seen them as well. Quite a nice little stead you have here. If you like busting sod, I suppose so. I've had a mind to sell a few times. Events here recently, I'm liking things less and less. I may just sell everything out like I've been telling everybody else. Of course, I wouldn't expect a kept boy like you to understand. Probably wouldn't, but this seems like such a nice lot to give up. Why would you want to? Everybody knows that something evil happened at the Battle of Sethanon. Definitely unnatural. Me myself, I used to live in the center of town before King Liam offered up the money that I should leave. I didn't think much of leaving, but I thought that the evil would stay there. And it hasn't. It's been creeping down the road from Sethanon. Listen, boy, I don't care for your attitude. You may be all educated, but it don't mean you know nothing about the world. If you're wise, you'll stay away from Sethanon and take anybody else that'll go with you. There's something evil hereabouts, and I don't want to be about when at last it gets here. So, how much do you want for your land? What? If this evil is so imminent and you're anxious to be away from it, I'd be interested in buying this little lot of yours. I'm not afraid of ghosts. What will you sell it to me for? Well, I haven't actually decided to make the move as yet. Don't want to get the cart before the horse, you know. I'll likely be a while before I sell. I see. Don't want to rush it. Do you know anything about the land that adjoins yours by any chance? Is it for sale? No, not anymore. I bought it when old widow Petram moved out. Bought it? I thought you said you wished to move. I do, and look, I haven't time to stand about talking all day. If you're interested in the land, go ahead and look around. Just steer clear of my stead. Now I've got things to do. Good day. Good day to you, sir. Well, you're suspicious. You are all kinds of suspicious. The door was unlocked. James entered the small house and looked around. Judging by the simplicity of the things which decorated the interior, he guessed the house belonged to Max Feeber. This is odd, he said, noticing a few items which seemed a bit more expensive than the farmer might be expected to own. Alerted by the incongruity, something told him to investigate the farmer's belongings further. Turning over the coarsely woven cloth in his hands, he examined the blotches of yellow mould that seemed remarkably like a human face. It was probable the linen had been a burial shroud, a face imprinted upon it as the unknown man's flesh had dissolved into mouldering corruption. And a shovel! Ha! Well, that's a thing. Interesting. The barn door was locked. Sneaking around the other side, James spied a flagstone boulder resting against the outside of the back wall. With Gorath's help, he pushed the stone to the side, revealing some broken planks in a hole just large enough for him to slip through. Stealing into the murky darkness, he inched along blindly until his foot bumped into something hard. Crouching down with a smile, he was able to make out the shape of a wooden chest, and was relieved to find it unlocked. Glazer's Guild Seal. The stamp was simple, the kind generally used by nobles or priests, and it had a handle made of ivory from which depended several silk streamers. The seal itself was of 3 pots stacked atop one another, the symbol associated with the powerful Glazer's Guild of Romney. What are these? Why do I want them? I don't know. The farmer was still in his field. Looking upon them suspiciously, the farmer pushed the sweat-drenched hair out of his eyes with the back of his hand and waited. His eyes narrowed as they drew closer. He didn't seem pleased to have guests. Do you often make it a habit to go digging in graveyards? What do you mean? I mean, the 3 of us found a burial cloth, and we think you have something to do with all this evil that's going on around here. You've been desecrating graves, haven't you? You broke into my house! I'll tell the constable for this. If we were still living in town, I might feel threatened, but I rather imagine you've already managed to scare him off. Now talk, or I'm going to have a cozy little chat with a friend of mine named Nivek, Prince Arutha's tax collector. Nice fellow. I think the 2 of you will get along marvelously. Oh. One grave only, I dug up. I don't remember the fellow's name now, but he used to own the Six Toe Tavern before Nia took over the shop. I thought that maybe I could scare her into moving out and selling to me, but she's too darn stubborn. What did you do with the corpse? No corpse about him. He was down to his skeleton. I tried to rebury him, but I never found one of his hands. It's bound to be near the graveyard. I think I may have dropped it when I was near old Herschel's house. What else? That's it. That's all I know. On it. Dug him up and then reburied him. We'll need to find that hand then and bury it. No thanks to you. Goodbye, sir, and I would advise that you stay away from the Six-Toe Tavern from now on. I doubt you will be warmly greeted. Well, we're making some progress in this little, whodunit. And I'm glad for that. Right, we need to go back to the... Where is it? Is it over here? Was here where, the Six-Toe Tavern was? Yes. Herschel's house is here. The man at the door greeted James with a strange look. What were you looking for behind my house a week or so back? James looked surprised. I've done no such thing, he said defensively. Perhaps you have mistaken me for someone else. No matter, I suppose, the man grumbled, his look lacking conviction. Escorting them to the door, he shrugged his shoulders. I've got some other things to do, so if you'll excuse me. And don't go wandering around on Herschel's land again here. Herschel scowled at them. Back again, eh? He said, slapping James on the shoulder. Now I know that something around here has you mighty interested, because I know what I saw on with my own two eyes. You've been around here looking for something out behind my house here. What are you looking for exactly? I insist I've not been looking for anything around here other than an answer to who this person is that you think I look like, James said, numbed that he had actually gotten the phrase out of his mouth. Running a hand across his bald pate, the man made an indeterminate look. Don't know, don't care. Now just leave me alone, okay? Not wanting to start an argument with the stranger, James allowed for them to be escorted out the door. Okay, so can't do anything here. And there's nothing around the house. Oh yeah, there's nothing around the house. I was trying to click around it, but, So... where's this thing? We're back. Or are we? 'Cause you're not here. Are you in here now? No, you're not. Okay, so I think I'm getting somewhere. The thing is, I just don't know where I need to go to find this hand. Now that I think about it, wasn't there someone in Lyton who mentioned something about... Well, there's this building here. I haven't clicked this building. Oh, the house was dark. I don't like the looks of this, Gorat said, assessing the situation. My gut tells me that as soon as we knock on the door, someone or something is going to be all over us like stink on troll. Well, this is an ambush. We're going to be saving here. We do not want to deal with an ambush. Oh wait, I'm kidding! Look out, an ambush! We're totally gonna deal with this ambush. Hello! We come to fight and gain XP. Also, we come to cast... Where is it? There it is, Skin of the Dragon. This'll keep you nice and safe. Now you just rush forward. And you can have at thee! Yep, that's not gonna do anything. Recuperate, and you can charge. Oh, crossbow. At that range, you're not going to miss. A little bit swamped, but pretty confident you can deal with this. Yep. Pretty confident you can deal with this. You're not dealing with that, though. You're gone. Come on, James. You can actually land a hit. You are not landing. Meanwhile, Gorath is just killing everyone. Okay, you landed a hit on that foe. Which is fine. And gone. Victory is ours, and James's abilities have improved. Accuracy, melee, and scouting, which is nice. That's the only improvements we've been getting. Right, what do we have? Oh, this is a lot of stuff. This is also a whetstone. Remember when I said that the game would give you whetstones? Game's giving me whetstones. And rations too. We kind of want those. We also kind of want these as well. Nearly got a full stack of them. So, share them on the party. There we go. We only have 2 more uses of the Aventurine. So we might as well do that and fix this up. Pass this on to you. You've got a fair bit of space. I can fix up this sword, but honestly I'm going to stop taking the Kingdom Swords because they're just not worth carrying. They're just not worth much money. And the armor, we could take the... Let's see what else is here. Oh, that is much more worth carrying around. That's elven armor. Also, we have this. Does it stack with that? No. I'm very curious as to why it doesn't stack. But either way, we can armor craft this this armor. Fix that up. Running out of inventory space already. Okay, that's you. Okay, there are multiple bodies here, and I just need to identify them all. So you just have that. You have elven armor as well! Wow. Okay. You have elven armor. I will... You also have a really good sword. Like, that's a really good sword. I am most certainly going to be, taking that. Also, for now, you can't hold on to that. You can't hold on to anything right now. What are these Glazer's Guild seals? I don't know. I feel like they're probably... You know what? Drop that. Like, honestly, drop that. It's not worth carrying around when we have awesome weapons that we can get and repair. These final few percentage points, they're taking a while to arrive. They're taking a... Oh, I say that, and then we get one. Awesome. Another percentage point. Okay, you just have the Aventurine. You have a sword and some armor. And if we go around the back... Here we go. A crossbow. Honestly, I'm going to leave this stuff here for the moment. Because, how far are we away from Malik's Cross? Not that far away. We can come back. We can come back. So, let's rest. Let's rest and make our way quickly to Malik's Cross. Because this is some good stuff to sell. This, I think, is the way to Malik's Cross. Oh, yeah. This is the way to Malik's Cross. Meow. Past you. Over here. Past that. Past all these. And Malik's Cross is... That's the Oracle. So Malik's Cross is... Further along the road. Okay, further along the road. Meow. We can also buy some food while we're at Malik's Cross. Malik's Cross is down here. Right? Right. South, and... We are very much, Yeah, this is Malik's Cross. Okay, this is Malik's Cross. We're here. We will certainly sell... Because this is some good stuff. Like, that is 29 sovereigns. That's 40 sovereigns. That's 29 sovereigns. That's 33 sovereigns. Okay, you will buy this for a lot more. I'm actually going to sell this to you for 40 sovereigns just to make some room. Oh, you'll also buy that too. Also buy that. Will you buy this? I'm never going to remember to use that. I'm never going to remember. Don't need another shovel, but I will... Oh, you have no use for the item. Darn it. We'll use that. I'm sure I'll use that. One royal? No, no, no. Don't want to do anything with that. Do, however, want to do some haggling. Just quickly, get a bit of haggling done. Go to Lyton and sort out what I think we need to do. Not enough room. Yeah, you're not going to have any room, Owen. Not for a very long time. We could also grab that stone that I left behind on the road. Didn't realise I could sell them here. Probably sell a lot of things here, actually. Probably sell a lot of things. Quickly just do all of this. There we go. There we go. And there we go with this. Nearly done. Could do with buying some more of that, actually. Maybe I should buy some more of that. We are running low. You know what? Buy some more. I know it's counterintuitive. We'd be literally just... buy some more, sell that, honestly. Make a bit of room. There we go. We're out. Haggling has gone up. This is fine. Let's make our way back to Lyton. Also, haggling 90% for Gorath. And 69% for you. Nice. Nice increases. Right. Let's head up. All the way back. Somewhere on this road we'll encounter the, that group of people. They were somewhere around here. There's the temple. Gonna ignore the temple. And up here, there's the bodies. Here's the bag. Just contains a sword. Now, on these bodies... Yep, you have that. You might as well take it back, I suppose. Could always sell it. Could always sell it. Right, anyway. We need to, anything else on these? Oh yeah, there's that whetstone. Let's not pick that up. Let's go to Lyton. I didn't buy any food while I was there, did I? No. There's a tavern here, though. There's a tavern here. We can easily buy some food while we're at the tavern. Right, there's those, there, and a really good sword. Okay. Maybe I should pick up the sword. Nah, it's only a couple of sovereigns. I'm going to be heading that way for a little while. Okay, Lyton is here. And the tavern is there. Okay. Need to wait until midday. Then we can go in. We can buy some food. We'll haggle for the food. Okay, we won't haggle for the food. Can we haggle for the food? There we go. Tiny reduction. Excellent. That actually puts us a little over on you, but not with you. So we can do this, and that puts you to 12. Okay, this is fine. Now, near the tavern... The door opened up with a crack. "Good day," said a lady of about 25. "What brings you, kind gentlemen, to Lyton?" James glanced at Owen, then replied matter-of-factly, "Just passing through. Could we trouble you for something to drink, perhaps? You'll find a well beside the road near the centre of town," she said, realising that she was probably just a bit leery about talking to strange men. James thanked her for the information and said goodbye. Someone in the tavern said something about buying something. The man at the door flew into a rage. "You!" he shouted, pointing at James. "That hand you sold me was totally worthless. It wasn't a glory hand at all." James took a step back. "I'm afraid you have mistaken me for someone else. I really have no idea what you're talking about. But did you say something about a hand? We'll buy it back from you. I tossed that worthless thing into the dried-up well at Lyton. 150 sovereigns! That's how much I paid for it. You're telling me you'll give me my money back if I retrieve it for you?" "Yes." James nodded. The man looked at them suspiciously, threatened to have them strung up if they weren't around when he returned, then left. Several hours later, he returned with a small burlap bag. Placing it on the table with a thunk, he turned to James. "Here's your hand. Now give me back my gold." "I didn't take your gold, so let's call this a sale, shall we?" said James. "Call it whatever you like. Where's my bloody money?" the man bellowed. James retrieved the money from his pouch and dropped it on the table. The man scooped it up greedily and demanded they stay until he had a chance to count it all. So, we have a hand. James considered the rotted thing, yellowed and crusted with grave mould. One day his own hand would look the same, assuming someone didn't simply leave his corpse to be stripped of flesh by wild animals, and even then mould would form on his skeletal remains. Bit grim, but we have the hand now. Also, we have a thing that we just dropped in the middle of the road. What did we drop in the middle of the road? Oh, nothing! We dropped nothing in the middle of the road. Now it's gone. Okay, let's now apparently have it be dark. Let's now head back to the Six Toe Tavern. Ooh, a ration. Actually quite handy. Lockpicks as well. And money. Not going to say no to any of that. Let's now make our way back to the tavern. Now, we found the thing. The question now is... Ooh. There are some graves here. This is probably where we need to go to deal with the quest here. So, if I remove this game, I go LP51. Let's have a look at these. Lyton Dink no longer can hate his name. Shall we dig it up? Just a body. Dull Seema Daggins, mother's womb to earthen tomb. Just a body. Jared Lycro owned a shop and a tavern, never wanted for more. Yes. The tip of Gorath's shovel made a wooden clunk. Using his hands to push away the soft, unpacked earth, he wiped perspiration from his forehead with the back of his sleeve and stepped out of the hole he had just created. He motioned for someone to bring him the hand as he carefully pried open the pine lid of the decaying box. Then, without looking inside, he dropped the hand and quickly closed the lid, part of it crumbling in his fingers. "Rest in peace now, Jared," whispered Owen. "Come on, let's fill in the grave and get out of here." We did a thing! Couldn't rest in life. Just a body. Too close to his work. NAFTA! Unlabeled and unadorned, Owen still recognized the large ceramic container for what it held. NAFTA. Applied to a sword blade in small amounts and set ablaze, it would exacerbate the pain of any cut made within the blade, though the oil would quickly burn off a sword once applied. Neat! Burny stuff! Also, we spent a while doing this, so let's rest a bit more and report on our success on the morrow. And by that, I mean wait until here, and we're done! James motioned to the figure across the room, the woman nodded, then made her way across the wooden floor until she was standing before them. "I don't know how you've done it, but bless you. I've not heard a knock or a bump coming from my shop for hours. First time in weeks. After I do a little dusting, I should be able to reopen it for business. After seeing that you've held up your end of the bargain, I'll hold up mine. As requested, you can have the gallon grief maker I told you about. Thank you again, and please come by the shop across the street any time. I promise I'll give you the best bargains you'll find." "Thank you, fine lady. It was our pleasure to serve you." Yay! Side quest complete. Ooh. Holding up the double-edged, basket-hilted sword for inspection, James favoured it with a nod. The numerous sharp teeth that bristled along the edge of the weapon guaranteed a deep cut if the blade was swung properly. 29 plus strength, 42 plus strength. I mean, it's not as good as the sword we've got, but that 15 and 5 plus skill is actually pretty neat. Also, the store should be open now. James waited by the door. Less than a minute later, Nia hurried over from a six toe with a large set of keys dangling on a brass ring in her hand. "I'll have that door open for you in a jiffy," she said as she began to search for the proper key. "Ah, here we go." She inserted the key into the lock, jiggled it a few times till it clicked, and then she pushed open the door. Nia's goods. decent amount of... You have restoratives. What can I sell you? I can sell you this. Excellent. I could also sell you the NAFTA, but let's not sell you the NAFTA. Nice! I'm really pleased with this. Can I sell you these? You've no use for these. I don't know what these are used for. I feel like they're important. But either way, I've got them. The door protested with a loud shriek as James stepped into a disused shop. He covered his mouth so as to avoid breathing dust. There seemed to be little variety in the types of items offered for sale, but the items present have been selected with ruthless practicality. Interesting! And so, when we come back, folks, we finished a side quest, which is fantastic, and we got a great weapon that would have been really good had we not have already got some really fantastic swords. It might still be useful for its ability to hit with more accuracy, but either way, when we come back, folks, we'll keep heading east. We may actually also just sell the Gallon Griefmaker, but we might get a fair amount of money for it. Certainly more than we spent getting the hand, and this is when we don't get more than we spent getting the hand, but we did unlock a shop. Unlocking a shop is worth it. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.